Y'all, can you tell I haven't brushed my teeth, washed my face, or cut my hair? I didn't think so. Y'all, welcome. I'm Tracy. This is my channel, Tracy from the Mermaid Cove, and real here at the Cove, right? It's the real deal. 7 o'clock. I should have been up, or I planned to be up an hour ago to be roasting vegetables for my quiche. Is that just pushing it a little too far? Like, I can't just make quiche. I have to have roasted vegetables, but as God is my witness, I think what I'll do is try to prep some of it, break it down into stages. That seems to work for me. I need to write a note, y'all. I got a mail check today. Well, Claire's UTI is back. So I called the doctor. I'm going to pick up prescription, more stuff. And my living room smells like cat pee of all things, you guys. And I literally forget even having someone come in here maybe to live. I can literally not tolerate the smell. So I ordered a bunch of things from Amazon, Nature's Miracle, different versions. And excuse me, I over-ordered. But I don't use, I can return. I've gotten much better about that. And I have a black light. I can't find it. But I'm like, you know what? We're going to get a black light. Because I feel we're going to be using it a little bit. So I want to set up a fund, collect money for new carpet, because, but what are we talking about today, other than I am, I don't know, just one foot in front of the other kind of mood. And today's Tuesday. I'm off tomorrow for Juneteenth. Me and my friends want to meet at 7 o'clock in the morning to have breakfast. I said to someone, I think that means we're old now. But that's good because I will get up and get going. I am going to run by Lowe's and buy some boxes. Not a lot, but just enough because I want to work on my garage and I don't want to not have boxes to complete it. And I did bring some from work, and I'm tomorrow I'm going to go by the liquor store and see what they have. She said Wednesdays are the best day. But this is serious. So it's going to be about $20, I think, something like that. Now, recycle day, which isn't this week, it's next week. I'm driving around and picking up everybody's boxes. So these will just get me through because I'm having a big old pickup on Tuesday. Actually, I have a pickup right now. I'm letting go of my childhood Santa that was on my my roof. I have pictures of it. And it's funny because I just trying to dismantle my childhood and move through it. And I have been making inquiries about EMDR. I didn't hear back, but I think, gosh, I have training today. I gotta remember that I gotta be at work on time to calm down and get everything set up for my training. Excuse me. Anyway, I really want to move forward with that like next week. I also thought there are some in my area. Maybe I could just set up consultations and talk to people and see if I get a good vibe or not. The only thing is I'd rather do it closer to work because then I could leave work and be there. But maybe I could get it, maybe if I did it every other week, I don't know. I have to look into that and when I'm off. But I don't want to do it in the morning and then go to work. I want to allow myself to process what's going on. So there's that. So we had a printer which works. We just stopped using it. So I don't even have like a thing. So I'm letting that go. Santa's hard. And I had to go back and forth, but I thought, no, I just am gonna let Santa go. It's just symbolic and, kind of letting the universe, God, all my angels know I'm serious about letting stuff go. And I need support and I need to be pushed. But everybody's like, I don't know how you're doing it. But she's not a big angel believer, but I'm telling you right now, it's otherworldly because I should be collapsed. But I'm taking breaks and doing all that stuff. But yeah. So I got a bunch of stuff going. And a lot of different things to talk about. Like it's hard to bring you with me when I'm doing it because I'm very distracted right now because my meds aren't working the best. So I need to sort of like focus and get going. But what I thought I'd do is number one, so this is a men's like tool thing. And this was all the rage when I first started doing art. You would carry all your supplies and stuff in this, and we painted them and arted them up. But honestly, I don't see myself. Let me get all my stuff out. Look at this. So this is a portable water thing. And then, never know what's in here, y'all. And this is have my name on it. My little, let me take this off. So, ow. Little, thing with your name on it. So yeah, so I thought, you know what, let's let it go. I really haven't used it in like 10 years and now I see it, so I think, oh yeah, I'll use that. Well, I won't. I just carry my supplies differently now. So that's gonna go. Excuse me, you guys. Still waiting to find like $5,000, $100 bills hidden somewhere. It's my little Andy Warhol bag. Oh gosh, I went through an Andy Warhol phase, y'all. I read Andy Warhol diaries from beginning to end. And I told you guys, like I worked as an elevator operator for the Senate, United States Senate, for actual senators. And well, you start and you go all around, but mostly I was with the senators and stories to tell. But there's one senator's elevator that is tucked in a corner. And so usually when you come off the Senate, there's different ways to come off the floor, but you can go like, there's just a bank of elevators right there and it takes you right down to the train. But the other one, it takes you to like leaders' offices, stuff like that. And it's just tucked away. And usually I'd be downstairs hanging out by the kitchen talking to people, but I was reading the Andy Warhol diaries because I got to read all the time to keep my mind sane. And so Chris Dodd from Connecticut got on my elevator and he said, oh, you're reading the Warhol diaries? I said, yeah, it's kind of fascinating. He goes, am I in here? I said, yeah, you are. That's all I said. He goes, yeah, you are. And he's like, okay. He knew. I got a million Senate stories, so let me know in the comments if you want to hear more of them. But let's see. So y'all, let me show you what this could be used for. Number one, I have a big thing for cards, flashcards, old cards, kids cards, and I'm keeping all of them for now because I enjoy them. I just start using them. Look at that box. How do you let this cool box go? But anyway, so you know what? I can do art here. I can do art here. And then it has this lovely insert. You can do art here and you can do art here. So I'm gonna let these two go. I am gonna hang on to this cover. So there. Now, I believe my motto, without even understanding it, has been, why get one when you can have 10? Now, I'm not ready to give up embroidery yet. I do want to start doing some of it. The dream of like, my house is basically decluttered and I'm settled and I can do embroidery. But how many will I have going at one time? Right? So I thought, I had big ones, you guys. I let them go huge. I'm like, oh my God. And the last one is just going today because it's a big, huge oval thing. I thought, well, you know, this is going to be expensive. I'm like, when on earth are you planning on doing that size of a thing? Okay. So let's see here, y'all. And it's not like you can't go thrifting and find stuff like this. So this is very interesting. So they're all different sizes. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to just pick one of these, right? Keep the littler sizes. And there's plenty of room in my fabric stuff. These are all the same, I think. Oh yeah, they're all the same. Okay. They were all 99 cents. Let me see which one looks okay. I am gonna keep this one. And that's gonna go. And this one's already done for me. So I will have an embroidery section. So these I'm gonna keep for now. So this is where I just sort of collapsed with the fabric and was like, oh my God, I can't do anymore. And I have my fabric contained in mostly. I have bigger pieces of fabric from IKEA and places I love, right? So they're fine. I actually want to do a couple pillows. And I have this really cool, like ottoman, not ottoman, but anyway, I don't know, but I use it next to me and Claire has messed up on it. I've spilled tea, coffee. So I want to make a little drop cloth kind of thing for it. So I will be talking about that and y'all can give me directions. So all that's good. I mean, I can't, y'all, the amount of, I think I've showed you some, but the amount of fabric I've let go, I'm really proud of myself. And so my friend's daughter got it and the rest is going to her high school where they have a fashion class. That's right. And then I gave some to a woman, a customer that she learned to quilt about 5 years ago. She's been on fire, but she works at a place now and they have guilds and stuff. And so she gave it to a group that will use it to make quilts and stuff for people that need them. And then I gave the rest to the vets. So I put it this way, I gave more than I kept. No, I love this piece of paper. It just randomly floated to the floor when I was moving stuff around. I mean, this is so inspiring to me. So I'm gonna put that. So right now the art supplies I've been using are upstairs. Okay. So I think this must have a bottom part. I have no idea. The $6. It must be some sort of easel. I'm not sure, but this would not be the easel that I would use if I had an easel. Which, so my friend's daughter is starting to work at the Goodwill. And yeah, so she can't buy anything, but she can tell her friend when her mom picks her up, my friend, to grab something. So I am looking for a new iron right now. That's it. And then but like if I did want to easel, I could have her keep my, I don't right now because I'm not doing that kind of painting, but I can see myself in the future. So I'm going to set that aside in my studio and see if I can find the bottom part, because otherwise it's not. So I'm doing a collage on here. I might do 2 collages. All right, so this is like embroidery, needlework, that kind of stuff. So again, forgetting what I had. All right, I'm not gonna sort any of it. We'll just go through it. Right now, my table. So anyway, so Claire's, yeah, I gotta go. I'm like, I've paid $800. I'm not bringing my cat in right now. So I'm gonna pick up the antibiotic. I'm gonna get some new dry food and try it on her for like beginning of kidney issues. But I can't believe that she's peeing on it. And she tried, I don't know. If it will do, I put her in my room all day and that's very stressful for her. I don't know. She won't drink cranberry juice. All right, so let's start. So this is a little kit. Love these things, y'all. Love them. Now there's no instructions or anything. So, and there's a needle and there's that. So I think that is gonna go in the go pile. So these are these lace things and I love them. And believe it or not, I would use it to make marks. So I'm gonna keep that for now. This is, what is this called? Trace paint. I don't even know what this is, y'all. Interesting. So you, I don't know. I guess you put it on the wall. It says, secure pattern to surface with low tack masking tape. I guess you trace over it. Oh, you're tracing the design. Okay, I'm using this as paper. I don't see anybody wanting this thing. All right, this trash. All right, y'all, let's look at this. So this is Creative Cool Stitchery. And I know I could have a great, you know, yard sale, or, you know, if I were organized, I could sell all this online, but I'm not. And even for a yard sale, it's like at this point, I just need to move stuff out. And maybe down the line, maybe October or something, I don't know, but that's a lot of work. And let's say I get $200, which is a lot of money. It's just a lot of work. And I couldn't do it by myself. I'd have to have, you know, kind of harangue someone into helping me. And I live in an area where I don't really have a front yard. Most of my yard is surrounded by fences. And there's literally, and it's not feasible. Plus they do it twice a year. So anyway, I'm gonna let this go. It's complete. I can see why I got it, because I love these silhouettes. So that is going to go, where's my go pile? Where's my go pile? Should have a bag. Just randomly gonna pull out. Okay. Interesting. There's nothing with it. We'll let it go. It was probably like 10 cents. One of my friends who's gone now, she lived in a, you know, like an assisted living place, and they had the best, they called them treasure sales. So when people would die and stuff, what was left over, oh my God, I got the most useless, wonderful stuff there. That's like church sales and stuff like that. You can find, they're not trying to gouge you or get top dollar, but I can't. Okay, so we have another one. These are really old. Kind of interesting thread. Let me go. This one is, okay, so I made, you know what, I'm going to try to post it today. So last year sometime I made my friend, her grandson, oh my God, y'all, a glue book of Captain Marvel and the Avengers, because that's his favorite. So it's so much fun. So you get a composition notebook, you glue pages together, you tear out pages, and I did film some of it, so I need to post that. But, and then I cut out, it's so soothing for me to do this. And when the people were here cleaning the carpets, I just sat down and did it. So I collected, you know, Dollar Tree had a lot of good stuff. You know, I had gone thrifting and looked for these Captain Marvel stuff. I didn't need a lot, but what I wanted to do is I cut out him in situations, and then I cut out words, and words that were pop and little real cool sentences. So I have pockets where all this is, so then he can go and pull it and put it where he wants, and I painted on some of the pages. And so I sent that. I had done one before last year, and it got lost in the mail. This is heartsick. And you know, I was telling the lady, the post lady, and she said, well, do you want to insure this? I said, well, it's priceless. Okay, so how do I insure it? It's like actually 50-cent composition notebook, and let's say I spend $10, you know, between Dollar Tree and thrifting, but it's priceless. Anyway, I sent it and they got it, but I had in my studio, right, these Hulk hands, and I'll show you those too. They were like, I can't remember buying them, but it must have been from the thrift store, but they look like pop art to me. So I have a really thing for like stuff that looks like art, and it is, right? But it gets lost, and I thought, he came to my mind immediately. I probably had, I don't know. They're huge, and you could, Hulk, I am Hulk, right? But you can put battery, they both didn't work, but battery, it makes a noise. So I knew, and then other little things, but I knew that was going to be the star of the show. And they filmed it for me, and he was just, he was hitting on his grandpa. I said, now step away from the grandpa. But I knew that was the star of the show. But the book is what really mattered to me. But, and I had found a picture of him. They're really good about sending me pictures and stuff. But I had found a picture of him when he was little. And I put something, among the ordinary, there is extraordinary people. So I can't tell you how much fun it was, and soothing for me. I'm going to start my own glue book. I think I'm going to do like a Mimi glue book. And then as I come across things for her, I'll just put them in there, and then I can sit down. And then when I do my bigger book for her, I can take things out. But, his mom, Amy Jo, his grandma and his mom, but his mom, my dad was in the Air Force. My parents, my family was in the Air Force. And at Grand Forks, my dad was a navigator, and her dad was my dad's pilot on the crew. And, you know, those guys get really tight. But anyway, they knew me when my mom was pregnant with me. So I've, you know, her and her sister are still really dear to me. And Amy Jo is just such an excellent communicator, where her sister and I aren't as excellent. So I can't tell you, as I'm going through pictures and cards, and it's just amazing. But she sat down and went through the book and loved it. And Jill, who's the mom, and she's a miracle. I'll just tell you why. She, they live in Arizona, and she's very fair-skinned, and she got a terrible, I mean, life-threatening melanoma. When she was, I don't know how old she was, honestly, 21, 22, something like that. And she had to have half her face removed. I can't tell you the devastation and the upsetness, and then all the drugs and the chemo made her bipolar. I mean, this woman. But you know, it's hard because I'm far away, and I wanted to, you know, let her know she's being thought of, but I found a big frog stuffed animal, and I thought, gosh, you're doing chemo and you can just hold this frog, and she loved it, and now her son has it, and he's a miracle, because she fought hard to be here, and I just really think of them as miracles. So life goes on, you meet someone, you marry, you have a kid, it doesn't work out, it really doesn't work out. But anyway, so that's the story there. But it was so much fun, and I forgot, he was opening a card. I'm like, okay, that's for your grandma, but okay. But it made me, honestly, as you know, and I'm fighting through the darkness, but I'm gonna not say that I don't have darkness, because I do. But I don't know what I feel in between. I'm just tired, you know, and pushing myself, so it makes me feel a little more numb, but in a good way, not in a shopping way or eating way or not doing anything way, but in a productive way. But it made my heart so happy last night when they were saying these, I can hear him say, where on earth did she get these? And, you know, I'm sorry, but I'm one of the best on the planet gift givers, considering my budget. Now it's really low, but I just, you know, and you can send things on Amazon, but that's not fun. I like to, you know, I love buying things for people. I do, I know, right? If I could be a professional. But yeah, so it was an awesome package. And I had collected jelly beans. I was going to send them in Easter, and I didn't, for a jelly bean test, and these frog things, and, you know, just a little something, because you can't send chocolate to Arizona in the summer. You really can't. So that was what that was. It made my heart feel good, and it made me feel, I don't know, like myself. So it's going to be a balance of stuff, but you guys, what I'll do is maybe I'll end this early, and I'll remember to put the pictures and the little video I did on it. But so, you know, that's the fun of that. But right now, my gift closet, I went through my gift closet, because what is the point if you can't get into it, right? So I went through and organized it, let some stuff go, but I had some really good stuff. And yeah, I'm set for Christmas. I'm set for birthdays, really. But yeah, so we're gonna end it here, and then I'll add that, and then we'll go back, and I will dedicate just the, for people who aren't interested in me talking. Really? Okay, I hear there's a few. And just do the needlepoint stuff separately. And then y'all, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna eat. Yesterday was awesome because I didn't know, I mean, I didn't remember. Maybe someone told me, and that kind of thing, if I don't make a note immediately, and I just accept it right now. I know I don't have Alzheimer's. I know I don't have dementia. I have ADHD that the medicine's not working on, and it does affect your brain. And I do believe since that time I couldn't get medicine, my brain has changed. That's okay, because I'm gonna change it back. I'm gonna make it strong. Now I'm just doing my best. But I do believe releasing 80% of what you own will change your life, because I read it in a book, okay? Y'all, I have book talk too. I got a lot going on here with y'all. So that's what's happening. But anyway, yeah, the party. So there was all kinds of subs, and my dear Nazarene, who's so good to me, and I'm giving a lot of cool stuff for her grandchildren. It makes me so happy. Just like I could not put those Hulk hands in a bag to give to the vets. They're so special. But so she made this beautiful salad, which I'm gonna replicate. I gotta talk to her again about the dressing part. But it had chickpeas, it had parsley, it had corn, it had some other quinoa, I think all of you have sent me how to say it. Like Ali, Melinda, y'all guys are so great. I love when I see y'all's name. But Allie, would you email me at my address, okay? So I need your address if you're watching this. But yeah, and tomatoes and onions and all kinds. It was like eating sunshine. So I packed a big, there was tons of it. So I packed a big bowl for today. So I'm set with that. If I can just get my quiche-less quiche, or it's not right. It's not quiche-less. It's crustless quiche. Sorry. Oh, it's not quiche-less quiche. What would that be? It's crustless quiche. Okay, my brain's always been like that. Yeah, and I'm dyslexic and I switch things, and I accept that part of myself. It's just why I'm not a lawyer, right? More than any profession, I've heard people say you should be a lawyer. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but I get what they mean. So yeah, and I didn't eat the dessert. I take it back. Somebody bought these Chessman cookies. Now I don't buy cookies like that really, unless it's on sale or it's new. Those Tate's, y'all get some Tate's cookies. They're not lasting long. And I think those are actually good on yucca. But anyway, I got to make my own cookies. Like right now I'm craving scones. Don't know why, y'all, but I got to make them. Have I made them? No, because I want to get fresh butter. And then you got to freeze it. You got to have the butter, and the scones got to be on point. So it's percolating. But yeah, and then so I was set yesterday, and I have that quinoa salad. I don't know what it is, chickpea salad. And she's like a Persian kind, like she's Iranian. So I have that. So I'm set, really, and I just have to think of kind of the meat kind of thing, which I don't want to think about. But anyway, y'all, so I'm gonna say goodbye, and then film just the needlework stuff I'm giving up. And I don't believe I can put it out today because I'm way over my 15 limit, but it will be ready to go on Tuesday. I don't think anybody at work, you know, I do have a friend that works in another branch. I might send her a couple if I see ones that I think she might like. She does kits and stuff like that and embroidery. And you guys, those who don't have your library card, get a library card, please. Get your card, get your library card, change your life. I mean, you paid your taxes. But there is it's an app, it's called Creative Bug, or it's an open resource for us. And basically, if you don't have a library card, I think it's $15 a month. You have access to all these amazing teachers, and embroidery is one of the things. Crochet, collage, cake making, flower arranging, making cool little ornaments or boxes, and all kinds of ages. It's just awesome. And if you do it, Lisa Cogden is one of my favorite artists. She's just so interesting and very approachable in how she teaches. Check that out. But that's it, you guys. So yeah, but when I start embroidery again, and I will, but I just don't need so many choices, right? So anyway, we'll be back with that. But thank you guys, I appreciate it. And I'm holding my own. I feel a little numb, and that's okay. It's okay, it's a lot going on in my brain. I'm trying not to feel like it's a disaster or a catastrophe. It's just not working the way it normally works, and that's okay. The medicine's working to an extent, and I am, like Beverly said, I don't say how it's not working. I can only tell you it's okay. No, my brain is super fast, right? It just, I have a hard time switching gears, and at work, it's a lot coming at you, and you have to switch all the time, and I just have a lag in it. And my lag, y'all, might be somebody else's best. But for me, and the obsessive thoughts, when my medicine's working right, it's not that I don't have thoughts, but they're not like this. Like I literally go over my head, all I have to let go. And that just changes when my brain's more balanced. But what I'm trying to do is catch it and release it and just say, oh, that's okay. We don't need to do that. We're good, you know? And that's a good thing, right? To talk to yourself lovingly. Like I would never, I remember when my niece was little, the love, oh my God. And I just thought, I should treat myself like I treated that little girl. You know? Unconditional, unwavering love. And why that's hard, I don't know. Well, I do know all this stuff that went on in my life. And that's why where EMDR can help you process that quickly and move on. And maybe I'm gonna have a life that can cause more trouble to worry about when I'm 90, right? Raise hell and have some good times. But all right, guys, as always, I have a hard time letting you go once I start. But I will be back with some more stuff. And yeah, if you're new and you're still here, bless you, honestly, and get your library card, okay?